It's the Pod in the City Weekly Roundup. I'm John.
And I'm Amanda. Love Hotel, a show nobody asked for in the first place. It's coming back for season 2 with a roster of 4 men nobody wants.
The short list for the new James Bond movie dropped, and it seems the casting call specifically asked for men that look like rodents.
And Beyonce had a terrifying moment during a concert this week, and honestly, we are too scared of the Illuminati to make a witty comment about it.
Thank you, Beyonce. All that and so much more on this week's episode of the Pod in the City Weekly Roundup. Hi, guys.
Hello.
We're
ready to go. We're ready to go.
Oh, I'm buzzing, baby. 5 seconds ago, I was rubbing my eyes, complaining about how tired I was. So let's get it going. Hey, Julie. Hey, AP. Hey, Heather. Hey, Danielle. And also, hey, Heather Mills, who commented that she listens later, but when she hears us say hi to Heather, she gets it radiating.
Oh, yes, I saw that. Gabriel
hey, Karen
is in the house. Karen,
hey, Gabriel. Hey, Florida Stanley.
When me and John came on, I'm like, hey, we're both wearing like Florida Stanley shirts, like vacation shirts.
Oh, yeah.
We're on vacation in Florida right now.
And I was like, oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, you guys, here's what's up. Okay,
yeah.
big shit. All right, it's Pod in the City. It's Amanda and Joan. Right now, we're currently covering the brand new season of And Just Like That that's dropping every single week. But this week, because it is 4th of July in the United States, and it is Calgary Stampede Day in Calgary.
It was Canada Day yesterday, Joan.
Oh, happy Canada Day.
Thanks.
We will not be doing our typical Friday live stream this Friday on 4th of July because we're assuming people won't be here. So you'll probably be like, I don't know, down in glizzies. I think that's what they call them. I hate that. Anyway, so we will be here instead. Drum roll, please. Saturday, same time, babies. So we hope that you'll see us there Saturday, July 5th at 2 p.m. EST. For the season 3, episode 6.
Tell everyone you know. Tell all your friends, because those live streams have been really heating up and in a good way. And it's really fun. I love it. I'm really enjoying those.
It is really fun because also what we do is each week we put out a recap. Now, if you're one of our elite Patreons, you get to enjoy a new episode coming this week of Smash, which Amanda and I are loving. I mean, Bernadette's on this episode.
Yeah, you know what? Bernadette makes an interesting trajectory from being the cringiest of cringe at the top of the episode, and then by the end, I'm bawling.
I agree. I definitely cried in the episode too, but I cried at a weird point that I think Amanda's going to be like,
we'll see. This is my favorite episode of Smash ever. I've covered this twice. I covered it with Nick, and I've covered it with Jody. And this is the first time I'll be doing it sober.
Well, you know what? They don't put Karen in it that much, except that when she has to rush off to go meet the record producer who's obsessed with her. Anyway, guys, what you need to do is join our Patreon. Okay, it's patreon.com/podinthecity, or you can become a member here if you're watching just on YouTube. But over on Patreon, we do an extra episode each week, and we do an early release on our And Just Like That episode because, we're always changing the game here. We're innovators, baby. And what we're doing is we are dropping our And Just Like That episodes on Saturdays too, because we're trying to capitalize off the quick turnover. So
yeah, it's working out
ride that wave with us, baby. Please.
You know what's fun is that now, we're so used to all of you guys, this nice little safe group.
Yeah.
But now that we're starting to pop off a little, we're getting all these new people that want to teach us things, and we're like, okay, thank you. Thank you for the engagement.
I love all the trust me, keep the comments going. Yeah, Some of the comments do make me laugh. I'm like, okay. Hey, Miss Maggie. Hey, Danielle. Did I already say hey? And hey, Gabrielle. Thank you guys so much for being here. I know there's a bunch of crossover from our Sex and the City episodes. Once we are done with And Just Like That, we will be getting back to season 4 of Sex and the City too. So buckle in.
Danielle says, we're not really here to learn and And by the way, all those people that are doing it are all like under 30. So we're both like, okay, fine.
How about I lead off with this? If you feel like it, you can, I don't know if this maybe it's not there anymore, but last week I did mention someone I'm not going to mention on our podcast anymore. And I guess in that conversation, we must have said something about
something offensive.
Like, oh, quit saying that the gay community or the LGBT community forced you to pretend that you're a lesbian, like stuff like that. And they decided their comment was going to be, here, I'll read it for you. The gay community pressures even gay men by saying, you're not bi, you like men, so you're obviously gay. I really hope y'all both get some real world experience outside of your recording space.
Okay. Yeah. I just don't even have the energy right now in the summer heat and my perimenopause to give a shit.
Sweetheart, whoever this person, I could call out by your name. I won't. You put your full name on your thing, but I'll leave it at that.
No profile picture.
Shut the fuck up, because I came out the womb as a faggot, and I've been carrying the burden of it every day since. So please don't come and tell me that I need to learn something from the real world. I live in the real world every day. You know what I'm tired of hearing from is people who are whining and bitching that gay people are against them. Shut up, bi community. Just be bi and shut up about it.
Yeah. We have someone here from Mexico City. Hello.
Hi. Hey, babe, can you once tell me how to pronounce your name? Because you've been in our Friday lives too. And I just want to make sure that I'm saying it right, because I don't want to look stupid. Well, I did leave a really nice long message for this person in response, just saying that, the message that is not one we need right now. We don't need to hear that the LGBT community is forcing anyone to be anything. I don't think that helps feed into the message that we are, P words and that we are overall predators trying to indoctrinate. So maybe Jojo Siwa, last time I'm saying that name, she needs to go. Shut the fuck up. Sometimes the baby gays forget the history of being gay. I can appreciate fully as a 40-year-old. They definitely don't as a teen. Jay Schwartz, thank you. I mean, seriously.
We were all pretty insufferable in our younger days, though, for sure. I would have left comments like that for sure in my 20s if social media had existed, but it didn't because we're old. But anyway, let's get into some hot topics. We have overstayed our welcome in the housekeeping.
Yes.
Get it while it's hot.
Topics. I don't feel like doxing them, but you can go to easily go to last week's weekly roundup, and the comment is there, I believe. Hi, Marion, and hi, Sarah. I think it's there because I did comment back, so it should be there. Anyway, first thing, I don't really care about this, but I keep seeing it pop up that Tom Holland, Jacob Elordi, and Harris Dickinson are at the top of the James Bond wish list. Now, at the top, I did say they look like rodents. Mind you, no offense, boys. I would F each one of you. So it's not like I'm like, oh my God.
They should have thrown Sabrina Carpenter's ex on this picture. Really rounded out.
Oh my God. No. That would have taken it over the edge.
Sorry,
then
not
it would
to
have
be
been
mean to a man.
unbelievable. This I can slightly believe. Hi, Rebecca. Hi, Sarah. Hi, Marion. I can kind of believe this. And I will say, like, Tom Holland does have a body. Great. But here's my problem with each of these. First one, he is bland as fuck. He's the guy who was in Baby Girl, and he does not radiate power
that guy,
anything.
Yeah. Did you ever see that movie?
No, because you said it. Well, because I heard it was stupid.
You said
it was relatively stupid and that it wasn't hot. So
it wasn't horny.
I watched one clip where he's like, "Get on your knees" or whatever, and it's like,
yeah,
he's done way kinkier crap like at 8 a.m. in the morning. This is nothing. Jacob Elordi to me is too tall and like. I just, in general, and I know it's because I'm like nearing 40. All of these men look too young.
Yeah, they do look young.
They don't look like a James Bond. I mean, the memory that I have of the James Bond from my childhood was Pierce Brosnan. And that man looked like a motherfucking man, baby.
Have you ever seen James Bond? I've never seen a single one.
Oh, yeah,
I know Austin Powers.
I've seen a bunch of the James Bond. I've seen all of them from the ones that came out when I was a kid, like GoldenEye and Tomorrow Never Dies. And then there's like the ones that were with Daniel Craig. And he was, who to me, he doesn't really look like a James Bond necessarily either, but he was a man.
Isn't Idris Elba going to be James Bond, or he was?
That's what I don't understand. Is like, you guys, they've decided to choose 3 bland, thin-lipped white boys. Like, that's our option. This is our James Bond in 20.
They're not appealing to the millennials anymore. They think Gen Z is what's rallying for James Bond.
Okay, here is my you guys, this is probably going to be a shock. It's going to come as a surprise. I've been sitting on this one. I haven't heard as much rumbling that this person should be in the running. First of all, guys, write in the comments right now, who do you think should be James Bond? Florida Stanley says, I think Idris wasn't interested. I think Pierce can dick down.
The power move. I think Pierce can dick down. I think I would have to communicate too much with these boys. Yeah, I would make all those boys cry afterward. They would all.
I love Tom Holland, but none of these men can compare to Pierce Brosnan in James Bond. Michael B. Jordan would be a good choice. Heather, same wavelength. James Bond just
inherently problematic. Oh yeah, here we go.
My number one mother effing choice right now. Jonathan Bailey, baby. Jonathan Bailey. I'm not saying he looks old, but he does look more mature than these boys. Definitely hotter. He is a little on the shorter side in my mind for a James Bond.
Short king.
But if you watch him perform Dancing Through Life, baby.
Yeah.
Baby. Part of James Bond's whole thing is that he's supposed to like be hot, and like there's like a seduction element to it, isn't it? He's always, and so you put Jonathan Bailey in there and you put men and women. I am on board for a bisexual James
that would be
Bond
awesome. Yeah.
Now
he's just fucking everywhere. He's just getting it on.
That's
everywhere.
What I'm saying. Opening scene, lights up in his bedroom, scan up, he's in bed with a guy and a girl.
Oh, that's hot. That's same with Fierro. It worked for Fierro. Nobody really seen a problem that he's clearly bi. Look at this segue we got here, John, in this comment here. Jonathan Bailey can play the clarinet, says Sarah. Sweet. Can he get any cute? Guess what, Sarah? We're on it.
Sarah, I don't know. I think you guys watch too much because we're on the same wavelength.
We all have the same algorithm.
Jonathan Bailey played clarinet and recorded a solo for the new Jurassic World movie.
There's a clip on TikTok going around. I sent it to John, and it is the most heartwarming, earnest, pure thing. And he is just so thrilled to be there and in awe of like that he gets to be part of this.
This man is an angel on earth. And I will say, hey, Wicked Witch of the West. With Jonathan Bailey, there was a clip. He was on, because he's been doing the promos, because this week, in fact, right now, the brand new Jurassic World Rebirth movie is out. I am scared that Jonathan Bailey is going to die in it. No spoilers. It did come out at midnight last night. But he did this, he's been doing the press rounds, and he did an interview with Jimmy Fallon, who
that's what you said. I sent it to you and you said that's the only time I've never hated Jimmy Fallon. Oh no, but then they pretend to kiss and then you like that.
There is a moment they're standing back to back and I guess they're going to do a turner, like this like sexy turnaround, or I don't know what, I can't remember even what the point of it was, but they turn and they like make eye contact with each other and then start going in for the kiss. And you could tell Jimmy was, if the camera was not there.
And Jimmy probably already had like 5 or 6 drinks in him at that point.
Well, I mean, Jimmy probably didn't realize even who he was
slush.
talking to.
Yeah. Okay.
His beer goggles were on.
This is a really good point. Rebecca says Jonathan Bailey helping band kids everywhere because he made it. I mean, it's hot now. So band kids are getting it on more than football kids, I think.
I actually think he's helping the gay community too, because it shows that like he can be a love interest for women, that like a gay man who is out can still be considered hot to women. You know, they play this whole thing where like, oh, if you're a leading man in Hollywood, the idea of being out is going to ruin your career and that women will find you atrocious. Are you kidding me? I'm pretty sure that's why part of why Jonathan Bailey is so popular, because women are imagining him fucking men and they're like,
he's not going to like try to murder us. So that's fun. Yeah, he's so cute though. Somebody said, do you think the first chair was mad he got the solo? I feel like they had to play they play the entire score. I think with solos like that, it's probably the same as having one line in like My Fair Lady, where like at the beginning in like a crowd scene. I doubt anyone really gives a shit. They're fine.
Miss Maggie says, do you think Henry Cavill could pull off James Bond? I think he could, and Henry Cavill could pull a lot of things off of me.
Don't know who
pull
that
them
is.
In me, put it in, pull it out. I'm just kidding. Oh my god.
Okay, we got to keep this moving, John, because we're on a time limit. So do you want to get on to
I'm moving. It's zipping through me. Guys, speaking of someone was out for our girl, Beyonce. The Beehive is not happy because Beyonce's on her Cowboy Carter tour. She was in her first night in Houston, her hometown, and someone was after that rigging because she rides in this really makeshift looking car setup, and it was like dangling. Did you guys see this? And here's where I do think like she was actually concerned, is because she made them stop. Where
I was impressed with how she handled this, because I would have been bitchy.
She kept
like, put me down,
freaking song too. Like,
yeah, she kept a smile on her face. She looked like she was terrified, but she handled it really well. And that's scary. She had nothing to really hang on to, and you don't really know what the problem was. Like, you don't know what something's going to snap at any minute, and you're just
well, that's what I would think, is that if that's slipping that way, shit, at some point it's going to slip and you're going to just go smack into the ground. Right?
Audience, they probably catch her. That might be an even better news story. But I mean,
so, like, the audience catches Beyonce falling from the ceiling.
But Jesus, that must have been so scary. I wouldn't agree to do that in the first place, to like be on that thing.
She does another thing in the same concert where she's sitting on like this horseshoe and it moves her around. And the videos of that, at least on this car, she's like really slowly going around the entire stadium. This horseshoe thing like flies from one side to the other, where I'm like, holy shit, you look like you're going
Doesn't Katy Perry do something like that in her concert? Doesn't she ride around on like a
bomb
or something? Yeah.
Pretty sure there was a video that came out this week of Katy Perry's like mechanisms all fucking up at her concert. And I was like, that's what you get, bitch. All Stars 10 happened. It was the last week of the third bracket. And I'm glad that bracket's over now, because of course Ginger moved on. We also got, okay, here's where I have problems. Betty. I never really liked her all that much in her first season. Thought she seemed bitter. And she came in this one fine. But this last week, when she believed that Alyssa Hunter told her that she was going to give her point, basically Alyssa Hunter was like, I'm going to give my point to whoever has been, in my mind, like being consistent, like consistently doing well. Well, Betty decided that was her, I guess. So she then is like, Alyssa, I just don't trust you. I don't trust you. You went back on your word. And Alyssa's like, I did what I said I was going to do. And Betty's just like, no, I just can't trust you anymore. I just know I know what's going to happen now. And Alyssa's like, oh, go away. Just, enough.
Yeah, like I can't with you. I like that. I guess I like that Cynthia's moving on. You know what I like the best out of this is that I think Acid Betty, even though she isn't moving on, I think she came in, had a little redemption, a little mini redemption. Mm-hmm. Not that she really needed a redemption, but she came out looking fabulous and very.
I think she got the redemption she did need. I think if you just watch season 8 standalone, you could have bad feelings towards Acid Betty.
Yeah.
But I think she's an amazing artist. What I really love is when it was because of her that Cuckoo moved on. I know everyone's like, Denali was robbed. Sorry. Cuckoo moved on, and Acid was like, I'm going to help you with all your costumes for the next section. Help Cuckoo or help Cynthia Lee Fontaine. And so they've now released the clip of the first like 10 minutes of this week's episode. And Cynthia Lee Fontaine comes out in this like full like metallic metal like armor looking thing that is like probably the best and most intricate costume she's ever worn. So I'm very excited because Acid Betty, I mean Cynthia Lee Fontaine, she is a great performer and like entertainer, but her outfits are always busted. This week she literally tried to get away with putting like party decorations, hanging them off of her as a dress. It was so busted. It was like nearing Lala Reed bag outfit level of shit that I just couldn't. But I think that's really cool. And you know what? That's what the point system's for. And I'll be interested. You know, they filmed these chunks like months and months apart.
I guess because Ginger now is on Ozempic.
Ginger is like half the size. Her intro is like, well, I'm half the size man I used to be, but twice the woman or something like that.
It's like in that season of Friends when Chandler and Monica get engaged, and then it's like the next season is supposed to be like seconds after, and Matthew Perry has like lost like 100 pounds. And it's like, whoa.
Did you see that Rob what's his name? McElhaney from he's changing his name
to what?
Rob Mac.
That's the most important thing to focus on in these days. Wicked Witch of the West wants to know the spelling of the Amanada spelling. I can show you right now. Hang on, I'm wearing.
Amanda has a sister podcast or another podcast that they go over Sister Wives stuff. And
yeah, somebody got us Jean got me and Jody products from my Sister Wives closet, which is now debunked. But she got us this really shitty jewelry from Robin Brown's horrible jewelry company. And Robin's daughter, Aurora, who we truly despise, is like in charge of shipping everything and packaging it. So we each got our thing and then it packaged beautifully. But one of the things is you get an envelope with your name like written in kind of calligraphy on it. And my name, I framed it. Oh, I just knocked my nail off. It sits behind me right there, but she spelled my name Amanada. So that is what I go by now because that's so funny. That's like it's one of the most it was the most common name in the world, or in like probably the Western world in 1988. You can't mess up the name Amanda, and yet Aurora did.
Well, weren't they homeschooled or something?
I don't think they were schooled.
Oh, no schooling.
Yeah.
Gabrielle, would you guys ever cover Friends on Patreon? We did talk about this, I think, one time. The hard part that we have with Patreon is that if we cover something that's just like good and funny, we don't feel like we have enough to snark about. Yeah. So we did cover for a while Golden Girls, but it was just like us being like, well, this is really funny. And
how about when we did Designing Women? I dreaded it. I dreaded it for the 3
weeks. We did that for 3 times or 4 times maybe. But again, that one too was like, it's hard to judge those things. Oh gosh, my phone's ringing because it's just funny. So we probably won't. But thanks for the idea.
Yeah. Okay, what's next? We got really off topic there.
Okay, All-Star 10. I'm excited to see what happens. Yeah. Guys, to wrap up Pride Month, because you do know Pride Month ended 2 days ago, though Pride is 24/7, 365, bitch.
Yeah.
Meredith Marks has decided that she's going to take the common turn that most reality stars do now and become a DJ. Disc jockey. And someone suggested, I guess, I think what happened here was just track this video down somewhere. Meredith Marks of Real Housewives of SLC. First of all, her face doesn't move. She's playing some kind of house music or whatever. And then I believe someone whispered in her ear at some point and they were like, jump up and down. Okay, jump up and down. Because she just starts like this jumping up and down that looks, frankly uncomfortable. It looks like she has full body arthritis or something. I'm not sure. But I quickly grabbed a couple snaps because, I miss Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, and I miss the nastiness and the roomies.
I would need to be on so much cocaine to be a DJ. I think you have to be on cocaine to be a DJ.
Well, the thing that surprised me about this is we typically know Meredith to be more on her downers.
We definitely know that.
More of a chill. So I was surprised. I'm like, okay, what mix are you on today, babe? Allegedly. Another quick transition here.
I was just going to say she's on the classic drunk and on coke, which is just really an oldie but a goodie. Works every time.
I mean,
allegedly.
All right, I would know. Real Housewives of Miami's back, and this week, what happened is Julia. You know what, motherfucking Julia? I have ridden for you. And Julia has taken this weird turn where she believes that Gertie doesn't, care about her anymore, basically. But Gertie has full-on cancer, so shut up. Julia's like 65. She's married to Martina Navratilova, who we've now found out is like a big transphobe bitch. And I think it's Navratilova. Yeah, it's like the tennis player.
Oh, I was thinking it was that woman that does all those like high art pieces.
Oh, Marina Abramovich.
Yes. I'm glad you know what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Well, they've decided that at the young age of 65 that they're going to adopt 2 babies.
Yeah.
And now they want everyone to be like, oh my God, we're so happy that your mothers. We're so happy. Mind you, they have children, grown children. So I'm not sure. I'm going to take a stance here. And this comes from someone whose father decided that they should have a baby when they're in their 60s and then die less than a year later. Just real talk.
Oh, God. Yeah.
You don't have a baby when you're 60, you piece of shit.
When we talk about being only children, you're not actually an only child.
I have a demon baby, or a semen demon running around somewhere. Half some. Actually, let's be real. I'll pull back the layers here. I don't believe that's even my dad's
maybe
baby.
Not. Good point.
He was 65 and on the verge of dying. I mean, I don't know that your jizz is all that amazing to just produce perfect children. Just saying. Anyway, wow. We usually talk about that on Patreon. So check out our Patreon, patreon.com/Pod in the City. Again, this week, guys, we're doing Smash, and this episode was actually really, really good. Speaking of something that's going to be shit, they're doing Love Hotel Season 2. And this is the cast. Carl Radke.
Allegedly. This is but it's pretty much confirmed.
Oh.
But I pulled it.
Carl Radke from Summer House. Tom Schwartz, prime meat that I definitely want.
Tom Schwartz is the definition of just man baby.
Tom Schwartz is the type of person who will be 75 years old and still be like, oh, I want to settle down one day.
Yeah.
Are we thinking
girls will still date him though? They will.
Then we have Shep Rose, and then the one that the first 3, I know they're toxic and terrible, but how the hell? Why are they even considering putting Jesse Lawley on this? They have shown that he is a clear psychopath, almost on the level of Jax Taylor, and you're gonna put him on this show? What woman is going on this wanting him?
Remember when he was in those beige underwear on that vacation?
That's all I can think about.
You're a serial killer.
What about him having a full relationship with Anna Nicole Smith?
He did? I didn't know that.
He was in the Trim Spa commercial with her. And that's where remember when she did that award show and she's like, Trim Spa.
Do I remember? Adore Delano, but yes, of course I remember that. I was primo Anna Nicole,
oh, I was hardcore.
I loved that show. I had an Anna Nicole
loved the Anna Nicole show. Loved everything she did. I cried when she died. I remember the video footage of her coming out with the clown makeup on in the days. Oh God. Okay.
How old is Jesse? He's my age. Am I old enough to have dated Anna Nicole?
I think he probably is about your age, but maybe he
Like,
was
am I-
slightly younger too then.
I guess he only needed to be 18, and I was 20 when that show came out. So yeah, I guess he could have.
Yeah.
Okay.
Here's the problem, though, ultimately with this Love Hotel is that Schwartz already has a girlfriend, and her name is Lala Kent, allegedly.
What do you think of this? Because like a couple, now not reputable news sources, but like a couple of the ones that are at least a level up from like Cockroach. Like it's not without a crystal ball, Katie Joy. It's like a step up from that are now starting to report on this. So what do you think? I feel like they would do it. Like, I don't know. I feel like they're compatible friendship wise. Like they both really don't have a problem with each other. But I do believe Lala when she said a couple seasons ago, like I would break your dick in half. Like I just don't think that they would be sexually compatible.
I do not believe that at this point in time that Tom Sandoval's penis can get erect.
Yeah, he's like drunk all the time. But is Lala? I feel like Lala is very in the comments, and she definitely manufactured the last few seasons of her storylines. I think that she is even smart enough to realize the audience isn't gonna like me if I start dating Katie's ex-husband.
But is she gunning to get her Valley spot? Is that like the next season of the Valley is gonna be their date? They're dating. Like
that I think that she's smart enough to know that like people will come after her. Look what happened with Raquel.
People already hate her. No one likes her anyway.
Yeah, but they don't hate her like they hated Raquel. They hated Raquel for dating him before the Scandal thing came out. By the way, what do you think of the fact that Jodie's watching Vanderpump now?
She needs to start from the start.
She is.
Oh, okay.
She watched that, like, you guys can find it online.
Guide.
Because I think this is actually the way to do it because it seems intimidating. So if you watch the catch-up guide, get ready for just watch Scandal, watch those reunions because everything just gears up to those reunions. Then you can go back and like now you're informed as you go back. It's more fun to watch.
I wouldn't say it's intimidating only because the first guys over on our Patreon, again, how many times can I say Patreon today? We covered this week the 3rd episode of the entire show. And in the first 3 episodes, I mean, the amount of shit that happens doesn't happen in 10 seasons of a normal TV show. I mean, it is
every episode
jam-packed with stuff.
But you know what? Justine would tell me that for years. Like, if something happens in every episode, and I'm like, yeah. Because like people don't believe you, but we're telling you, it does. Get on Vanderpump.
Get on it, babe. Also, you know what I forgot to talk about?
What?
King of Drag.
Oh no.
Guys, it's for free. You can get the Reverie channel, REVRY. King of Drag, 2nd episode has dropped. And you know what? They did a celebrity impersonation episode. And instead of doing like a snatch game thing, they basically just gave them each time to get on stage for like 30 seconds and like do a bit with their character. And I actually really liked that because it actually added another level of creativity. And all the kings on it are amazing. Check it out. What reminded me of that is because there is another show coming back.
Ooh,
now,
this is exciting.
Are we nervous though?
I'm not nervous at all. Now, okay, the comeback is coming back for season 3. Now, when the comeback is such an interesting little piece of television history because it was it came out right after like maybe just the very first Housewives was on. So they were kind of making fun of that. And it was just so ahead of its time because her character is just most of the Housewives now. It's like watching the Housewives in a caricature. And Michael Patrick King is the showrunner, which is baffling because the show is very good.
I think Lisa Kudrow carries the show, though.
Agreed.
If you put someone else in there who wasn't like the nuance of her performance as who she is in front of the camera, behind the camera, in between the time from when she's on camera, when she doesn't think she's on camera, it's like there's a lot going on in it.
So it had
she's
one
amazing.
season in like 2002 or something, and I think they aired the first episode right after something that had just ended. They were trying to get promotion, and then just no one was really watching it, and then everyone was obsessed with it on like DVD. All the gays and the gals came out for it, and we're like, "You are a queen, Lisa Kudrow." And then they brought it back for season 2, and I think people were nervous about season 2. And then I want to rewatch. I could rewatch that whole. Everyone can rewatch both of them.
I want to rewatch season 2 too.
And then the way they end season 2, like I really do just get chills. The way they end it, when they go to like third person camera. And it goes to like cinematic thing, and you get to see her finally, of just her. I have full chills because just like what a brilliant way to end that. And then Mickey passes away and the actor does in real life, but there are still stories to tell of this character because now she's 10 years older. Sure. So like this is fascinating. It's like watching Bethany Frankel, but like what's going to happen to her. She's in the middle of it now. She's on.
But at least isn't she an actress though in it?
Yeah,
she's
but
an actress.
But she's doing a reality show, so it's kind of like Kathy Griffin, but like.
But I also like the idea maybe that they can play with aging in Hollywood and all of that, and how it would affect her. How the coming of the internet. I'm sure there's going to be like storylines about how she can build up her social media presence, how she can build her TikTok and whatever. I mean,
so many storylines to come out of this.
Yeah, I'm excited.
But why isn't just like that so bad? Like why? Because the comeback second season was perfect.
I saw a TikTok video where someone's like, I believe that just like that Michael Patrick King is
mad at us.
Is using and just like that to punish us.
He's mad at us. Are you mad at us? Because we don't talk shit about the original series. Are you mad because we don't think Carrie's a good person? Because that's the way you wrote her, babe.
That's what they were trying. I think that's where people are like, they're doing it because he's upset that people are going back and watching the original series and saying that she's terrible.
Because he sees himself in Carrie. But that's the thing is all of us see ourselves in Carrie because we're all like awful. Like it's like the awful parts of us show up in Carrie. Same with Hannah on Girls.
Well, Carrie was a shit show this week of being like, well, what does that have to do with me?
I can't wait for this next episode to drop.
If I was having I mean, you and I, we talk over each other. We change the topics all the time. It doesn't matter. But if we're having a chat and I'm like, yeah, blah, 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 like I'm dealing with this thing. And you were like, yeah, but what does that have to do with me? I would just close the computer and be like, fuck you, bitch. Are you kidding me?
Miranda like apologizes to her. She's like, oh, no. I was just saying I relate to you. I'm like, are you scared of Carrie?
I guess so. Speaking of Marnie, I mean, Marnie is worse. We're going to talk about her in a second, but she did something this week. Allison Williams, former Peter Pan, that made me respect her slightly. Marge Simpson died, y'all. Did you know that?
Okay, so this was like a big fucking news story that Marge Simpson dies on The Simpsons. I'm seeing this. I guess maybe I'm just a sucker.
Isn't it a prologue though?
It's not even a prologue. It's
or
like
not a prologue, afterlog, or whatever it's called.
Okay, this is what I didn't like. I watched the episode. Simpsons is still very strong. Like every time you sit down and watch that, you're like, oh, it's a really good show. But it was that Marge it starts out with the kids watching Itchy and Scratchy, and they're like, oh, we're always going to have this. And then Itchy and Scratchy, I guess, becomes like too immature. So the kids are like split apart. And then Marge is like, I hope my kids find a way back to like each other. And I hope they're close forever. And then she just has like a vision of theoretically years in the future. It's kind of just that. It's like, it's not. Then Matt Selman, the showrunner of The Simpsons and a regular guest of Doughboy since season 1, he had to like come out and do an interview and was like, this isn't canon. None of The Simpsons is canon. Homer is still 36 years old and it's been 28 seasons or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that crazy too that Homer is, he says he's 240 pounds at one point. He has like a huge house with like 2 cars and he's 30. I think he's 34 years old.
It just shows that in the time when The Simpsons started, you could get that. by working at the plant or whatever. Sarah, I love your enthusiasm of recapping The Simpsons from episode 1, but I believe you were also the one who relished in my torture of finding out that there's like 900 episodes of Girls.
40, 39 after next week. Yeah, so anyway, the episode was good, but it was just theoretical. And actually, I didn't really like seeing the future of it. I'm like, I don't want to know.
It's not necessary. But one of the creators or something of Simpsons did a thing where he was the guy who wrote the episode that predicted Trump becoming president.
Oh, there's a bunch of those. I thought you were going to say Matt Groening is on the Epstein logs, because he is.
Shocker.
Yeah.
Rich and powerful white men. Wow.
Maybe James L. Brooks, one of the Simpsons guys, was on the Epstein late logs.
This guy, he was like, people keep asking me to write an episode of predicting what's going to happen next. And I don't know what's going to happen next, but I do know. And it was like actually really enlightening of being like, I'm not that, but I am God. And he switches and then he's wearing like this outfit with like a beard and stuff. And he's like, I can predict that. It was something like kind of uplifting about like fascists will never succeed.
Oh, that's nice.
Like,
also, I would almost argue that the first media that kind of predicted the Trump thing was Back to the Future 2, 1985.
Oh.
Because there's a Trumpy storyline in there too. Let's not talk about Trump anymore. What's next? Mamma Mia!
Yeah.
Mamma Mia is back on Broadway at the Winter Garden. I don't know if anyone else out there gives a shit, but when I saw this, my heart, and I don't even like this show. Remember, I tried to watch it last week and I was like, I'm calling it.
I will say, if you go to a theater and see Mamma Mia, you'll be loving it.
Probably.
You're like,
Agreed.
Honey, honey, ooh, Leslie.
And I like everyone in it.
All the ABBA music is amazing. I went through a major
ABBA
phase when I was like 16, where I was like, oh, all the ABBA albums are amazing. And
the song Mamma Mia and Can't Take My Eyes Off of You were the first two songs I downloaded off of Napster, and I blew up my parents' computer. It took like 7 weeks for it to download.
Great. Well, as we teased, seminal stage favorite, star of stage and screen, Allison Williams, Nepo baby. I'm just going to say it quickly. She did get some face work done. I'm just going to say, I think we need to stop. You looked gorgeous. Why does your face need to be tight? Tight. But, you are a woman and you get to choose what you do with your body. So you're allowed. But guys, everyone's beautiful. We should realize that aging is a privilege that not everyone gets to have.
Well, anyway, Elsa was on Las Culturistas this morning, which is the actual story here. And Joan, I know all you listen to is Brandy and Julie, but Allison Williams is so good on this episode. She's likable. She's a huge advocate for the gay community. They talk about the AIDS crisis for a while, and she sounds smart, informed. She's kind of a badass, and I love her. And she addresses the girls and all the backlash. And she's like, people are finally coming around on Marnie a little bit. She's like, Marnie had boundaries, and she's like, I know that she's insufferable, but I was insufferable too. And she went into it, and they immediately ask about this episode of Girls called Panic in Central Park, which John, when you get to, you're gonna bawl your eyes out. And they talk about that for a while. It's just a really great interview. And I found out during this interview that she's in some mini series from a couple years ago called Fellow Travelers, which stars Jonathan Bailey. I think it's about AIDS.
Oh yeah,
gay.
It has Matt Bomer, and they fuck a bunch. Trust me, I've seen clips, but I've never watched.
How are you not watching that?
I just
okay.
It's hard. I don't like to get myself deep into shows that are long and dramas. Even if there is I can watch the clips. I can watch the fucking clips. I don't need the build up. Trust me. We're fine. I can see that. I'm pretty sure that Matt Bomer shoves his foot or something into Jonathan Bailey's mouth.
I thought you were saying butt. He like wiggles his little toe in there. Okay. Well, anyway, that's it for that. But what you had like some segue here. Oh yeah, perfect. Let's go into John's movie.
Yeah. The thing I wanted to acknowledge about the Allison Williams, I don't know if it was on Las Culturistas or something, but she did an interview this week where she acknowledges nepotism and being a nepo baby and how that did get her to where she is. And I'm like,
absolutely. She's like, why are people saying that it didn't? Because it did. Obviously, it did.
I'm exhausted by that, that whole thing.
Do you like her a little more now? Do you think you'll like her a little more in Girls? I really do.
No.
The next Girls episode, you guys, is the one where she sings Stronger in the dress. Like, so just you need to unclench while you watch this episode, please, for my sake.
I'll try to not be such a hater, but some people do appreciate when I'm a hater.
All right. Perfect. Did you hate this? Did you hate this movie?
Megan 2.0, baby, came out. Now, I was a minor fan of Megan 1 because I like, campy, dumb shit. Okay. Megan 2.0. What do I say about this movie? The idea is that the directions for making Megan, one, at the end of the first movie, they kill Megan because she's too powerful. Her AI and all that is too amazing.
Can I watch this without having seen the first movie?
I wouldn't. I'd probably watch the first one.
I feel like I might have watched most of the first movie in TikTok clips one time.
It has what's his face in it? Brian Jordan Alvarez.
Oh yeah, remember that? Remember that moment in time?
And then he got allegations against him, and then it came to a crashing halt because he'd still be making those videos on TikTok if that didn't come out. Just saying. I'll just say, I liked the first one better because it was more horror-y. This one kind of makes Megan into this it was giving me like Born Identity vibes at times because the idea here is that someone has stolen like the formula to make a new Megan, and they make a Megan that is like gonna take over and shit. And so then they have to rebuild the old Megan to defeat the new Megan, whose name isn't Megan. Here is one question I had, hardcore question. Megan, the doll, has a CGI'd face, fully CGI'd to the point where it looks, in my opinion, shitty. Whatever. It looks weird. It's a CGI face, okay? The Megan copy thing that they make, whatever its name was, I can't remember, was played by a person. And they had a human's face. So it's like if you're doing a music or like a show, like a stage show, right? And you have two women. You put one in a wig, and then you have the other one without a wig. The one without the wig looks really stupid because the person has, like, they don't look right. You either need to have both with no wigs or both with wigs.
So somebody is constantly looking kind of uncanny valley.
One is a CGI doll face, and the other one is like a human face with wrinkles on it and stuff. So that's supposed to be a robot, though. So in your own movie, you have two robots, and you've decided that one robot can have a humanoid face, I guess, that literally just is a human face, and then the other one has a CGI doll face. That was weird, but of course, I have, I'm very, annoying about stupid shit. Wendy's Front Yard, agreed. Looks like they're going to the Child's Play Chucky route, which they did. They boosted the campiness up a lot, which I thought was fine. What I did find out, though, is that this shit basically bombed at the box office. It only made $10 million, where the original Megan, I think, opened with like 50 million or something. And so they're definitely concerned. Now, I think the audience...
I wonder if a lot of the fan base is like men who like a young girl on their screen.
Probably.
As I'm finding out, a lot of TikTok accounts with children just featured in them. A lot of men commenting on there. Or children eating a hot dog.
That's the problem with a lot of, like, if I had a kid, I don't
Men?
even think I'd want to put them on any kind of social media at
No.
all at this point
No.
because they taught this is totally separate conversation, but I guess we'll do it in movie corner. They talk about how on those videos of kids and stuff, if you look at like the amount of saves,
Yeah,
it's
no, I
like some
know.
crazy amount, and it's like, oh God, I don't want to get into it. I can't say I could recommend this movie. What I'm going
Okay.
to recommend, haven't seen it yet, but I know I'm gonna love at least part of it. Jurassic World Rebirth is coming out. It's out.
Well, you need to do the you need to recant your bitchiness about Jonathan Bailey's outfits now.
Oh, I maybe 2 weeks ago or something.
Oh yeah,
A few weeks ago at some point, I did show a picture of Jonathan Bailey on a red carpet where I was like, what I originally was saying was
a homeless man.
that Johansson is in a freaking bombshell, fully beaded, skin tight, strapless, boobs up dress, and he's in like an outfit you'd see like Larry David walking down the street in or something. It's just like, now come to find out, he was actually doing like reference outfits back to the original Jurassic Park series because they showed a side-by-side of where like he's next to Jeff Goldblum, the one where he wears the flip-flops, which were still a bad choice.
I love this because it's so like, he's just such a he's killing it right now in this media tour. My God.
I'm gonna pray that nothing
comes out about him.
I don't need anything to come out. Please, world, don't ruin him for me. Don't ruin him. Keep him beautiful and sacred. Anyway.
Okay, well, let's get on to my wormhole because it's really fun. And John, actually, I don't think you're going to be like, oh yeah, I knew that happened. It's not a big deal. Okay, so I'm
love this, Joshua. Thanks.
Oh yes, I love it. Yeah, this week Minnesota protected children by making influencers save money for their kids if they are featured more than 30% of the social media. Yeah, California just put a law like that about influencers, and that's why a bunch of influencers are moving out of California.
That is what I saw, is that people are like, oh, why are they moving to Texas or whatever? And it's like, oh, they would have to like, protect their child.
God forbid, yeah, you save up money for them. Anyway, so I'm laying in bed the other night, probably 10 p.m.
Fingering
Something
yourself.
comes up, it's alive. What?
I said fingering yourself. I'm a nightmare.
Not have been happening ever. And alive comes up. And it's the end of, it's actually this exact picture. It's this, it's the end of If Mama Was Married from the current Gypsy. And then it goes straight into the next scene, which is the Tulsa number. All I need is the girl. It was a live slime tutorial with like amazing, like, it's just like the graphics or whatever. And somebody just had the slime tutorial, played it from start to finish, and there was like 2,000 people watching all together, and everyone's like, don't share this, don't talk. It was like everyone just kind of stumbled on this thing. Then halfway through the comments, Joy Woods pops in, and she's talking to everyone the entire time. And she was like, oh, this was in February. She's like, oh, I made different choices then. And people are like, oh, and they're asking her, and everyone's verifying, yes, this is her, this is her. And people are like, why are you watching? She's like, this popped up on my For You page. Of course, I'm going to get in there and watch it. And it was just like the funnest, cutest, coolest experience. It's already like deleted, obviously, but like some people pulled some clips from it, but it was such a fun little experience because like everyone's like, don't tell on us, Joy. And she's like, I would never tell on you. This is what I would be doing too. And John, the show is so good. Audra is the best.
I agree.
Best Mama Rose
I
I've ever
agree.
seen. The scene, I always forget hang on, I'll put up this comment in a second. But there's this scene at the end I always forget happens, where she tells the stripper, she's like, my daughter will do the striptease, and she's kind of, have you seen Gypsy?
This is the clip I saw. Yeah, I've seen Gypsy like a ton of times, and I know exactly. This is the clip that I saw. It's like where she's like, okay, you're gonna have to go out there and you're gonna have to perform, right?
Yeah, she's kind of having her own little meltdown. It's like this amazing acting piece. Like I feel like more people should do this in school or something. But she's just kind of spinning out and her daughter's like, I don't want to do this, but I kind of have to. And she's like, oh, you can sing this song. We'll take out these 4 bars. And she's just spinning out. And I was just bawling in tears watching this. And she's the best. She is the best. Nobody has ever like felt the character the way she has. If I were to play this role, I would play it very brassy and like funny and boisterous. And she played it way more into the mental illness part. And I guess this isn't really a spoiler, but at the end, the very last line of the show is she goes, I had this dream and it said Gypsy and her daughter Louise. And it's supposed to be this nice happy moment where they walk off together arm in arm. But the way they do this is that she says that and her daughter Louise, and Joy Woods looks at her with like horror, like, oh my God, like this is just it. This is my life. Do you like that?
I want to see it really bad now.
I should have texted you and been like, are you in this stream? But you never text me back.
I feel like I can find it probably. Here's the thing is with that, in our Smash episode that we watched for Patreon, guys, can you hit subscribe, hit like, and share? Because I forgot to ask. Hit like right now. Hit like, hit subscribe, hit share. Bernadette Peters makes an appearance as Ivy's mother, who they shoehorned in there and definitely messed up the storyline. I'm just gonna nepotism was a little different back then. And she sings Rose's Turn, and
she sings Everything's Coming Up Roses.
Oh yeah, Everything's Coming Up Roses. And I'm like, Audra's better. I mean, like, that's all I could think about the whole time. I'm like,
Bernadette's the worst Mama Rose, arguably. But anyway, it was a really cool experience that it was only like 1.7 thousand people and people were coming in and out. But like and then Joy like left at one point and everyone was just talking about like, that was so cool. I can't believe she was in there. And she like didn't tell anyone.
But she's pretty cool. She's pretty cool, I think. She's
great, and she's great in the show too. So anyway, that was fun. But let's finish this out here with some You know what I love about this TikTok? You don't stop. By the way, it's Rosie. It's our Rosie.
Oh yeah,
yeah. Where is it?
Mary.
TikTok, you don't stop.
Mary. All right. What do we got? Just a couple things. You didn't put any butts in today. It's a wholesome show.
No, I'm just in a mood. You know. Fuck what they're doing to our country and ruining the world, and you know, I'm just not really. Anyway.
Okay, so what did you bring?
You have the top story here.
Oh, okay. So is anyone following this picture, lady? This is just the most cute thing ever. I can see you doing this with your grandma. It's like they went to like Home Goods or something, some girl and her grandma. And the way the video is edited together is very funny because it has her finding this picture with these lemons and blueberries on it. And she's like, look at this picture. And then it'll smash cut to her back in the car later. And she's like, I really should have bought that picture. And then it goes back to her with the picture. She's like, I can just put ice in there, put some Kool-Aid, anything you want in the hot summer day. And then it's her back in the car. And she's like, I really want that picture. It was just really expensive. So anyway, I've been following this for like the weekend. And the girl went back, got the picture, but then she found all these other little like glasswares and straws and matching sets, and people are like, you better get back in there and get her that picture. And it was so cute. Like
this like old lady came about because her and her granddaughter would go do these home goods videos when it was that trend where it's like, if this is less than $15, I'll get it. And then they look at it. And I think this picture, she said it was like, if this is less than whatever, I'll get it. And it wasn't less than that. And so that was what started her.
Oh, okay.
Like I would have bought it, but
it is a cute picture. I do like this.
It's anyway, definitely, you know, Granny.
The girl presented it to her at this table, and they like brought Granny in, and she cried. She was so happy. She's like, everything tastes better just out of a cute glass.
That is true.
Yeah, I agree. That is true.
Completely agree. I also love a nice spoon. I love a nice dishware.
I got to tell you, I will never drink anything out of anything other than a metal straw ever again.
I went to a bar, a tiki bar, like an underground tiki bar.
Yeah.
They had I ordered a frozen like Mai Tai or something. They served it with a metal straw. My lips
Oh my God.
frozen to the straw. I was
like blue.
And I even like was talking, I was like, hey, do you maybe have like, could I just have a regular straw to the bartender? He's like, we
Well,
don't
do you
have
want a
regular
paper straw? A paper straw is the worst thing that's ever happened to the world.
I'd rather a paper straw than one that makes me feel like I'm in a Christmas story or whatever, where it's like
Yeah.
glued, like, how am I supposed to drink that? And I'm sorry, I do have wet, juicy lips. Ugh.
Yes, you
Okay.
do.
I'm gonna leave this whole week with a lovely message. Now, the last time some bullshit came out, some hardcore bullshit came out, I'm pretty sure Sesame Street did a similar thing where they had Grover come on and tell you how great you are and how, you're going to be able to hang in there. Well, Grover's message today or yesterday was, let me just say this at the top of my lungs. And then he yells, you are special.
Did you cry?
Yeah, I did, actually. I gave it a like even. You know what? I think what's hard right now, to get real here as we wrap up, and if you want to dick out, you
yeah, you can do that too.
If you want to dick out, you can dick out. It's really hard to stay like positive when you look around and you see terrible things happening, not just things that affect you, but ultimately that affect everyone, and you see terrible shit going on. And sometimes we need to take it back that like you feel hopeless, you feel powerless. I know myself. I sit here every day in and day out. I watch the shit on the news and I'm like, what the fuck can I even do? What can I do? I feel powerless in my place. But sometimes it takes just simple reminders to remind you that you have power in everything you do. And even on this podcast that's about gossip, where Amanda would rather us just keep it on this, you can still use the minor voice that you have for something. Keep people energized, keep people focused, that we still are a community. We still are a earth. We're all human beings.
And keep laughing.
We love you guys.
Laugh every day. I try to laugh. Even the worst things that have happened to me while it's happening, I'm always thinking, oh, I can make this into a funny story later. That's kind of how I live my life. This will be hilarious later.
I like how Amanda's healing process is like, you know what? I can make a bit out of this.
I'm writing a tight 5 right now in my head. All right, guys. We love you.
Break a plastic chair at a party. I can tell this story for the next 25 years.
We love you guys. Have a wonderful week. And make sure you join us on Saturday. Tell everyone you know that it's moved to Saturday just for this week.
Please be there on Saturday, guys. We won't be there Friday. Hey, Carla.
Yeah, get the replay crew. Leave those comments.
Be part of the replay group. Watch if you missed the beginning, watch the end. Do all of it. We love you guys so much. You amazing friends. And I'm just so grateful constantly that I have Amanda, my podcast mommy, and that I have our amazing Pod in the City community. We should come up with a name for our community.
We'll think of that. All right, guys, have a wonderful week.
We love you.
We'll see you Saturday. Bye.
Bye.